I don't know. You want to hear about how sick I was the last 5 days? Do I want to sit here and talk about that? I don't know, man. I'm shot. I was so sick the last 5 days. I can't even tell you. I've never been so withdrawn from doing the show than I have over the past 5 days. Just completely stripped me of any motivation to do anything. Yeah, a virus. Not even the virus. A virus. Just a virus that my son gave me. Thank you, son. Thank you, school system. Thank you, elementary school system. For that. Guys, it's not all about me. We're here for advices. Let's do some advices. Daddy's got his medicine. Rocky Mountain Medicine. That's right. Today's sponsor, Coors. You know, we are sponsored by Coors Beer. I've had a rolling headache for the last 5 days. I never get headaches. The only time I get a headache is with a hangover. I've had a headache that went from here to back here over the course of the last 5 days. Non-stop. Hi, Jesse. Love the show, and especially the advices. So here's something you can help me with. I'm looking to buy a new car, SUV, but I am curious if you have an opinion about the Nissan products. By the way, I live in Canada, so I hope the models are the same in the States. The engine, however, is specified in liters rather than cubic inches. Yeah. Oh, what else is new now? When's the last time they specified an engine in cubic inches? The 70s? The engine that's one of my biggest gripes with lawnmower engines. When they stopped, I don't know what you would say. Why can't I think of any words to come out of my mouth? When they stopped rating them by horsepower. That was the thing. You had, 3 horsepower lawnmower. Then they went to 5 horsepower. And then all of a sudden it turned to torque. Like, how, what? Torque? How do you change a meter of measurement that was a gold standard for that long and then just go from horsepower and change to torque? Like, no, you're lying to me at this point. There are lies being told. In other words, it's not 5 horsepower anymore, it's less. But we'll tell you the torque rating, which is more than 5. Get out of my country! I can't take it anymore. Do you understand? I can't take the lies. For example, what's the difference between the Rogue and the Murano? I know the Murano has a bigger engine versus the Rogue that has a 4-cylinder. But what difference does that make in a practical sense? Huh? The Qashqai has a smaller engine. We don't have that model here. What? Qashqai? 2-liter, 2-cylinder. Yeah, I'm going to give you the breakdown of the cylinder. The 2-liter 4-cylinder is for the car that you buy for your daughter. Which is going away to college, this type of thing. Then the 4-cylinder, the 2.5 4-cylinder is like when you're starting like a family. And then when you finally grow a set of balls, you get the V6. And God almighty, is that a set of balls? Anyhow, is there a difference? I'm going to tell you right now, okay? Nissan can suck my dick. And I'll tell you why. Not because of their engineering. Their engineering, their electronics are fantastic. All Japanese cars. I always said this. You want to make the perfect car? Give me Japanese electronics, give me German engineering, and give me Italian styling. That's right. And even the German engineering is pushing it because it's over-engineering at this point. That's right. So you can almost go Japanese on the engineering. Fit and finish has to be Japanese. Basically, everything has to be Japanese. Okay? That's the end of the story. Sorry, I'm not buying American cars. They're shit. They're shit. Don't tell me about your Ford Focus. I'd be the first one to tell you that the best thing... listen, here you go. You want a horrendous looking car, you buy a Nissan. I don't know who's doing the styling for Nissan right now, but it's disgusting. Yes, it's the equivalent of... I don't know. I don't know who's doing the stuff. Who's in charge of styling down at Nissan? Boy George. There's these lines that are going every which way, zigzag, chrome trim flying around for no apparent reason. They put a line down here through the door section, a line up here going through the pillars. I don't know what they're thinking. There's a real big problem with car design right now. The Lexus, Toyota Lexus, I could throw up. Horrible styling right now. You want to know who's got it nailed down? You want to buy a car, you drop everything right now, and you buy a Mazda. A Mazda CX-5. It's a gorgeous car for the money. You want the best value you can get? I got news for you right now. I don't know how old you are. Okay? You're 40 years old? Or I don't need an engine. I love this. I'm arguing with my wife. Because we went to go look at the CX-5. I want the V6. I want a V6. It's not available with a V6. I want a V6. Where are you driving? Who are you, Mario Andretti? I'm sorry. I don't need to go 90 miles an hour to go to the pharmacy to get my arthritis medication at this point. Guy, the Mazda CX-5 is the way to go. Mazda has the highest reliability ranking over Toyota, over Nissan, if you can imagine. And I love Nissan for reliability. Mazda is coming up. They're coming up. The styling is gorgeous. Exterior, gorgeous. Interior, gorgeous. They did it and they trim all the fat. You get yourself leather seats, heated steering wheel, 31 grand. Out the door. Out the door. You're not going to get a better value. That Mazda CX-5 is where it's at right here. Heard it here first. Bid 1000. And you're looking aces. Stay away from the CX-9. As the truck gets bigger, it gets goofy looking. And stay away from the the CX-3. All right? You're going to look like Poindexter in that thing. You're out of here. Hi, Bithead. I have a girlfriend, and it seems she always wants to argue. The simplest thing I do, and she goes off on me. She's the type of person to argue for hours and needs me to sit down and listen to her. Oh! And if I walk away, shit only gets worse. I learned to not argue back and apologizes for everything and agree with everything she says. There are little things, for example, not thinking about the next time, but soap even... What? Soap, even though this is how it's written, guys. I know sometimes I come off as like the dope from Dopeville, but sometimes this is how it's written. Even though we have some in the closet, sometimes on days I don't do anything to get her upset, she still manages to pull something from the past, then gets mad. I'm really trying to keep my cool. When we have good days, we are good, but when she goes off, I want to walk away. I think she is this way due to a childhood. Yeah. Goodbye. Okay, goodbye. I can tell you right now. Guys, you don't want to listen to me when it comes to women. Right now. And I was told this by a Puerto Rican man. And he's absolutely right. He says, you don't want a good-looking woman. I remember we were walking around, and this hot chick walked by, and I said, "What?" I said, "Hey," say his name is Chico, which it's not. What do you think of that? And he goes, "Not for me, Papi, not for me." I said, "Oh yeah?" I said, "What do you like?" He goes, "Papi, you get an ugly woman with a 5-pound pussy. That's what you need, Papi." He's right. He's right. Listen, get yourself... I'm telling you what women are prime time right now. You want an El Salvadorian woman. End the story. Greatest women that ever walked the planet Earth. It's the truth. I know guys with El Salvador, they wake up in the morning, they cook you breakfast. You going to work? They cook you breakfast. Dinner on the table. They're old school, like women used to be. That's right. El Salvadorian woman is like taking a time machine to, like, I don't know, the 1800s. And you're like, wow, women used to be. This is great. This is before women had an opinion. I love it. They don't break my balls. They support everything I do, I say. Oh my God. I'm actually a man for once in my life. This is what you need in your life. You want to be empowered. A woman, you're not allowed to say this. A woman is there to empower you. That's right. And a man is there to empower a woman. It's a cyclical thing. You guys can sit there and butt heads all you want. You're not going anywhere. You need a submissive woman. It's a beautiful thing. It's a treasure. It's not demeaning. It's not demoralizing. If you want a man and a woman to have a relationship, this is how it works. There's dominance. Okay? But it's not dominance to be cruel. It's dominance to, it makes for great sex. I mean, this type of thing. I love this. Everybody wants equal rights. You want to have equal rights in bed too? Boring. Boring. Excuse me. Okay, I'm going to take the penis out of the pants now. Can we sign this piece of paper right here and come to an agreement on that? No. This is not how life works, you morons. Somebody's got to be in charge. And if it's the woman, we got problems. Big problems. You're out of here. Salvadorian woman from Honduras, woman from Guatemala. They're the best. They're the it warms your heart. You talk to them, it warms your heart. And they agree with this position. You understand? This is the way it's supposed to be. And you say, yes, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. You're going to sit there and butt heads with some white broad that's busting your balls the whole fucking day? Oh my God. You think I had a headache before? I have a headache now. I can't deal with it. You're out of here. This is like killer advices right now. Oh, where was I 10 years ago? For me! Dear Jesse, bit about me. I'm 41, living in Northamptonshire, UK. I'm currently working for the NHS after teaching for 10 years. I don't know what the NHS is. The best thing I ever did was travel from New York to Alaska over a month in between the transition between jobs. Well, I guess so. I would love to travel more. The next best thing is finding your channel after a shout out from The Last Gamer. Yeah, I haven't seen him around lately. Well, he put out a couple of videos, but not too often. I'd love to see a lot more of them, for cripe's sake. Seeing you climb from 4K subs and being a Patreon subscriber from day one. Wow. Thank you for that. After 4 very bad relationships and lots of money lost, I am now set up and happy in my home job and have a wonderful daughter who is 11. My life is stable and I am happy on my own. Recently, I have been in contact with my first love. We were together when 15, again during university, and after a substantial period of time back in contact again. We are getting on very well. My question is this: the next move, what do I do? If we are able to be together, I would need to move. I hesitate as I love my current situation, but I have a bond with my first love. Could it work? No. The answer is it can't work, and I'll tell you why. 4 bad relationships. You're in a wonderful position right now. You're 41. You have an 11-year-old daughter. Here's what you do. You spend the next 10 years of your life doing what you love to do because you have the freedom to do it. Traveling. Hell, take your daughter with you. I don't know how you feel about that, but take this next 10 years to travel and bond with your daughter. She's 11 years old. 10 years later, she's 21. She's off on her own. Start building a relationship at 51. Let's face it, you're not having kids anymore. Unless that's something in the cards for you. And I certainly hope it's not at 41. Take the 10 years, travel all over the place, have the time of your life, enjoy where you live, and spend a beautiful decade with your daughter, teaching her, watching her grow, this type of thing. You understand? You could travel with her at first, right? Until she gets old enough to be a teenager and stay at home by herself or with other family. And then you could really start traveling. And then when you're 51, then you want to settle down with somebody. And you trust me, you want to have companionship through your old age. And that's fine. You can find that at 51. Trust me. You know, if I was you when I was 51, yeah, you could still find, like, I don't know, a 25-year-old girl somewhere. Huh? Oh, what? You can't cruise around the college campuses with your ponytail and your bald spot? Come on! You're still alive! Sensational advices again! You're welcome, and you're out of here. That was good advices. I'm sorry. By any standards. Oh, my mouth is foaming. Here we go. Need advices for a single guy. This is what I love right here. This type of thing. Hold on. I understand the great bithead got himself some nice ethnic snatch and locked it down with marriage. But you were single at one time, and I need some good single guy advices. When I go and jerk off, I obviously like to shoot my cum into my favorite jizz towel. Come on. Hey, pal. I got my mother watching this. For Christ's sake. But washing it over and over is a pain because I am such a virile man. I make a lot of jizz and can bust a lot of nuts. How many loads of jizz can I shoot into a towel before? Before I would be considered a filthy pig. At what point do I just leave cum-soaked rags laying around? Think about it. If I bust once into a towel, then pass out, that does not make you a filthy slob. You are just tired now. A second load is barely any more. How many loads of cum is accept? What do you want from me, guy? The basic rule of thumb here is if you can throw it up against the wall and it cracks, then it's time to wash. You're out of here! I thought that was going to be like something serious. You know, I got good stuff for single guys. I mean, all right, here we go. This guy's on the level. Got dumped. I love this girl to death. What's the best way to get over this? Plane ticket to Brazil. End the story. Plane ticket to Brazil, bag of cocaine, 10 hookers lined up. I don't know what it is about Brazil, but for some reason, every time I see videos of people in Brazil, it's like 10 girls lined up, bent over on a bed. This is like, I don't know. Might be greatest country on planet Earth. What do you want me to tell you? Listen, guy. Got dumped. Love this girl to death. What's the best way to get over it? It sucks. I'm going to tell you right now. It hurts. Your guts, they're ripping out. This type of thing. You got to get back on the horse. And you got to move forward. You can't cry. You can't cry over this type of thing. You got to pull yourself together. All right? There's better out there. Yeah, I know. But she was the one. You don't understand. She used to smell my farts. This type of thing. I understand. She was the greatest thing ever. But I got news for you. It's like crazy how the human body works. In 3 weeks, you're like, well, who? That's right. When you pipe deep in somebody else in the next 3 weeks, and you're like, this was ridiculous. It's the human brain. You gotta outfool it. Trust me, I know. If you're young, you're really young. I know. When you're really young, it really hurts. You're like, I can't eat anything. This type of thing. A girl breaks up with you when you're like 45. You're like, oh, fucking dynamite. This is great. Hey guys, I'll meet you out tonight. How are you gonna be? It's on me. I'm paying. This type of thing. But when you're young, I know it hurts. It hurts. It goes away. Time. It goes away. Trust me. You'll be fine. You're out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Getting dumped is a blessing. Like, can I tell you something right now? I've never been dumped in my life. I sit there and I don't say that with pride. I don't say it with pride like I'm such a great guy. You know how many times I wanted to get dumped and I couldn't get out of a relationship? Breaking up is the hard part. You know how hard it is to break up with a chick? I broke up with my first girlfriend just because she was the best. She was the best. She was hot. She did everything. She cooked. She loved to bake. That was like a thing. Was baking. Like, can you imagine? It was like hot stuff coming out of the oven and then like hot stuff between the legs. What more do you want? She worshipped the ground I walked on. Yeah. Imagine that. You couldn't have pulled the wool further over somebody's eyes. She thought I was like the greatest thing since sliced bread. What did I do? I dumped her. Because what I'm doing a logic problem in my head. I'm like, okay, this is my first girlfriend. Things are great. There's no reason to dump her. But I'm like, this is not the only woman I'm going to be with in my life. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be... If a guy comes up to me married and he's like, I don't know, 50 years old. He's like, this is my wife. We were high school sweethearts. I'm like, oh. In my head, I hear like buses crashing into each other. I'm like, jeez, I'm so sorry. This is basically just say, hello, this is my wife. This is the only woman I've ever fucked. Oh, yeah? That's great. So happy to hear that for you. Wow, that's great. That is not great. It's awful. That's a screaming nightmare of a life. So I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm going to stay with this girl forever? I said to myself, I need to go out and fuck other women. I said, I don't know why. But I just knew that I had to do that. I didn't even want to at the time. I was happy with her. But I said, the longer that I stay with her, the harder it is going to be to break it off. So what did I have to do? I had to shatter her like a piece of glass. I got news for you. Harder on me than it was on her. I got news for you. It was like shattering a piece of glass. But you know what? It was the best thing for both of us. It's true. It's true. It's the fucking truth. You're out of here. Who's out? I don't know who I'm even talking to at this point. Somebody's out of here. Dear Bithead, I'm a fairly skinny guy. 6'2", 160 pounds. Yeah, you remind me of myself in high school, basically. Except I had black girls basically throwing me through windows. How about that? Yeah. Black girls throwing me down the stairwell, pushing me down the stairs. That's right. Drop kicking me as I walked by. Yeah, I love it. Thank you, sisters. Great job. And I recently decided to start going to the gym. What are some good exercises, workouts I should be doing to put on some muscle? I'm glad you're asking this question. Also, what kind of food do you recommend eating for meals to help with gains? I have a low appetite with a fast metabolism, so I get enough calories in. So getting enough calories in can be a struggle, yes. Thank you for creating the best content on the internet. Yeah, Zach, you're what they call the quintessential ectomorph. That's right. Fast metabolism, skinny, skeletal, and muscular structure. Very, very hard to put on muscle. Okay? But this is what I'm going to tell you in the simplest possible terms I can put it. Lift the heaviest amount of weight you possibly can. That means heavy, heavy compound movements. Squats. Don't focus on any isolation training at all. Like, I don't want to, you don't have to sit there and do, one arm deltoid cable raises. This is not even in your ballpark right now. It's deadlifts, heavy deadlifts. Heavy squats, as heavy as you could handle. Low repetitions. You understand? We're talking 6 to 10, but 6. We're talking in the 6 range here, right? You know, I like Mike Mentzer. I like Mike Mentzer's style of heavy duty training. That specific style of training was basically designed for mesomorphs. Okay? It's a no-nonsense training program designed for ectomorphs, I'm sorry. Yes, heavy lifts, heavy overhead presses, heavy squats. Whenever you have to squat down with weight, whenever you have to bend over with weight, and whenever you lift weight over your head, you get hungry. It's gonna increase your testosterone levels. The deadlifts, the squats, the overhead presses, testosterone levels go through the roof. You're a young man. Rest, you don't need that much rest. But, give yourself time to recuperate and eat everything under the sun. Don't worry about calories, this type of thing. Just eat everything. dirty calories. You know what I mean? Eat whatever you can stick in your mouth, pal. I always used to think, when I was like you, I always ate clean in my younger years. And I realized what a huge mistake that was, because I was really depriving my body. I was really deficient in the nutrients that my body really needed. My body needed everything because I was working out so hard back then. I was working out 5 days a week, completely unnecessary, by the way. A young guy like you should not be training more than 3 days a week. I don't care what anybody says. If you're doing heavy compound movements. Like I said, I would refer to Mike Mentzer's. Mike Mentzer, consolidated training program. That's what you want to do. Mike Mentzer consolidated training program. It's designed for you. And eat whatever you can stuff in your body. The amazing thing about this program is when you do it, you're going to be hungrier than you ever were before. Yes, it changes your physiology. That's right. And you're in your 20s, you don't have to worry about eating. Eating, you don't have to worry about until you hit 35. And then you got to stop eating like a Slavone. That's when you got to start monitoring your eating, after 35. Because shit can go downhill real fast after 35. Slamming advices. We're on a roll here. We're on a roll. We got time for one more? I'll do one more. Dear Bithead 1000, any advices on how to deal with a workplace nemesis? I've got a nemesis at work named Aloysius. Aloysius? The guy that's picking on you is named Aloysius. You're out of here! Already! Every time, here's where you start right now. Every time somebody says his name, you say, "Oh, God bless you." That's starting from brass tacks here. Every time you hear that name now, you say, "Oh, God bless you," like the person sneezed. All right, this is the first part of the ball break. Whenever anybody walks past his office, he calls you in to show you something on his computer. It's never remotely interesting, and he never has it pulled up, so you have to hang out for 5 minutes until he finds it. That's great. That's a 5-minute break. What, are you kidding me? Hey, listen, Aloysius, take as long as you want to show me your little bullshit story. His office is full of stuff he brought in from home. A steamer trunk, some vintage typewriters, an old diving helmet. Where the fuck do you work that you can bring all this shit in? That's what I want to know. Tons of Odie from Garfield memorabilia, and a few Settlers of Catan games, which he tries to get people to play at work. He's an open-toe shoe kind of guy in a potentially dangerous work environment, but it doesn't really matter since he never lifts a finger. His desk is made out of a milled log. planted living moss into the desk. Oh, why can't I have a job like this? That's what I want to know. No one knows what happened to the office furniture that we provided for him. If you call him Aloe or Al, he always corrects you and asks to be called Aloysius. And then you say, God bless you. Gesundheit. And get him a tissue. He reminds me of a kid I knew who brought his stamp collection when everybody else was showing off their scratch and sniff stickers. I thought it would have been rid of him during the pandemic because of his asthma, but he has asthma. That tells me everything I need to know right now. You ever meet a person with asthma? You ever meet a man with asthma? No, neither have I, because they don't exist. That's right. That's right. You ever meet a pro wrestler with asthma? That's right. That's right. I've already clearly shown no interest in whatever he wants to talk about, but I have been accused of being professionally rude. You love, oh God, I love the corporate environment. You're being professionally rude. Yeah. That's a compliment, by the way. For requesting not to work with him on projects. I don't want to work with Aloysius. All right. Fortunately, he is one of the only nightmares in my workplace. I currently go out of my way to avoid walking past his office. Just yell, "Not now," with an eye roll. I love these work environments. I've seen these work environments. I've been to car dealerships, so I know this work environment. The office manager, the employee, that relationship, eyes rolling, questions asked, don't want to be bothered, this type of thing. Oh, it's the best. But sometimes he comes into my office and just stands there talking about who knows what. Any advices on dealing with schmucks? Yeah, well, I got news for you. I kind of like Aloysius. He seems like an interesting guy. I don't see what the problem is here. Here's the problem right now. Number one, you didn't tell me his race. And number two, you didn't tell me the power structure in the building. Is he a supervisor? Is he a manager? You didn't. That was two huge mistakes. I need to know those two pieces of information. Is he on the same level as you, power-wise? Is he above? Is he below? You didn't tell me this. That's important information. So next time you ask me advices, be more succinct. Anyway, one of my advices, listen, if this guy's going to yank me into the office and he's going to start talking to me about his fucking, bullshit fucking diving helmet, I'm in. I don't see a problem with that. And I'd love to get to know a guy because it just gives me more ammunition to pick him apart. That's the biggest mistake somebody can do is really invite themselves go into Aloysius. Try to change your attitude with Aloysius, will you? Try to keep an open mind with him, okay? And get interested in what he's interested in, okay? Try to love Aloysius. I don't know if that makes sense. I know you don't like the guy, but try to make an effort to be interested in him. I'm bombed off of one beer. What do you want me to tell you? What do you want me to tell you? I want to meet this guy now. I want to grow live moss in my desk. That's a great idea. You guys want to see my pot plants? Well, let's wrap up my show. Why don't we wrap up the show weekly? It's a weekly show we're doing here. You can weekly see my pot plants and see the progress. Oh my God, great ideas. They're just great ideas. Here we go. Oh, what a day. Sunny Copiague, New York, ladies and gentlemen. Bithead 1000 weed plants. Look at how beautiful they are, right? Oh my God. This is brain cake. Yes, we have gorilla right here, and it's growing like a gorilla, I might add. Look at that. Beautiful. See, I'm talking to them. They're growing as we speak. Candyland. Yeah. They start to smell now. They smell like pot, but you got to put your nose right by them. That's exciting to me. Guys, as you know, we do a weekly advices show here on Patreon. If you have any questions you want to ask me, just email me down below. Just like that. Put advices in the header, because we check on the phone and it just makes things easy. Ask me anything you want to ask me. You want to grow pot plants? I'll tell you how to grow pot plants. You ready for this? Take the seed, put it in the dirt, give it water. Done. And they grow. They're on autopilot, guys. I wish I could sit here and lie to you. They're weeds. At the end of the day, it's a weed. It grows. Just like that. More wonderful advices, just like that. Guys, email me. Ask me your advices. You have a problem, I solve your problem. Just like, it's that simple. Okay, guys. Thank you to all my Patreons out there. I love you guys to death, and I appreciate your support. I'm so grateful for it, more than you could ever imagine. We'll see you next time.